Hello, good morning, and you're welcome to the Flutterwave Grow My Business webinar. My name is Nonso Ozemena, and I work on the storytelling team, and I'll be your host for today. The Flutterwave Grow My Business webinar is an effort by Flutterwave to support businesses during the pandemic and the lockdown. We found that there was need to share knowledge, and what we'd normally do is to invite industry experts, marketing, sales, support, all of that, to come and speak to businesses, give them practical knowledge, and listen to their questions too. With me here is Ofo, Sales Factory CEO, an expert in his field, and he will be leading this session. However, before we proceed, I'd like to mention that this webinar is being recorded, and if after the presentations you have any questions, you can ask your questions in the question and answer chat bot, and then you are going to get a reply, definitely. So please let's welcome our speaker for today, Paul.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to class. My name is Paul Foe, and I'm going to be running this session this morning. Uh, because we don't have all day here, and you are an entrepreneur, so I just want to go straight to the meat with you, so that you can just get it. And I want this class to have a lot of utility. In other words, you get the knowledge and then you take action immediately to produce results. All right. So we start first with mindsets. There is no sales training I start without first explaining this concept of mindset. Because at the end of the day, everything that you do in sales is a function of the way that you think. If you think you cannot sell, you are very, very right. If you think, let me set my timer for the time allotted to me, because I can talk for 8 hours on the subject of sales. That's the average time of my classes. So that I do not overshoot my time. I respect people's time a lot. So, good. So if you think that you can do something, you are right, according to Henry Ford. That's not a play on words. If you think you cannot do something, you are also right. The interesting thing about it is that on both ends of the spectrum, or on both ends of this statement, you are totally and completely right. Do you know why? Because we live in an earth or a universe that supports you. If you say that you cannot sell, you are right, because you will start finding people, events, circumstances, in other words, supporting evidences that will make you believe that truly you cannot sell. Your results will follow your belief. No, you don't hear me though. I'm going to say that again. Your results will follow your beliefs. If you also believe that you can sell, you will also start finding minute, simple, small evidences that will prove to you that what you say, what you believe that you can sell, it is supporting it that truly you can sell. So if you look at it, we live in a universe that supports us. Nah, my God. Albert Einstein put it in another way. He said that the most important decision you can ever make is to decide to believe that you live in a friendly and not an hostile universe. Because anyone that you pick, the earth will give you evidences to support it. Let me ask all of you a question. How many of you here have ever thought about buying a particular car before, and before long you began to see that car all over the place? Say I. Put it in the comment section. Say I. Okay. Zaruddin Mohammed says I. Okay, fantastic. All right, Bayo says I. Everyone says okay, fantastic. Good. Now, do you think that it was because you thought about the car that the car was manufactured? No. The car has always been in existence. When you believe or start thinking about that car, your awareness for that car just raised up. Do you know that it is the same thing? The moment you feel that sales is hard, sales is difficult to do, guess what? Your awareness to see the evidences that supports that becomes more heightened. Now, the truth and the good news is this. You have a thing called the power of choice. So you can choose what to believe and not what to believe. So why don't you pick a belief that empowers you to succeed and not a belief that disempower you? The word dis means to take away. Where you get the word dis-ease from. Take away your ease. Get the word, where you get the word disgrace from. Take away your grace. So when you say disempower, you take away your power. The word power means the ability and the capacity to get things done. Oh my God. I feel something right now in this class, man. Yo, this is dope if you believe this. Once you understand this, you now get to understand the power of mindset. According to Carol Dweck, in her book, Mindset, and I want to urge you guys to read, because most entrepreneurs don't read, and that's a problem. That is a big problem. Look at my bookshelf. I read a lot. I read for 2 hours every single day, including this morning before I jumped on this call. Woke up in the morning by 6, prayed with my wife and children, kissed all my sons. I have 3 children. My first son is 12 years old. My second son is 11. My third son is 8. Walked with them, saw them off to school, and I got back to reading. There's no day I don't read for at least 1 hour. Because when you read, your perspective open. So Carol Dweck in her book Mindset says that there are 2 types of mindset. There's a growth mindset, and then there is the fixed mindset. The people that have a fixed mindset, they are the people that believe that as a human being, your capacities and your ability to get something done is fixed. They believe that talent is fixed. I don't know about you. When you were born, did the doctor stamp you and tell your mom that this one can sell? Oh? Who did the doctor tell that? Can somebody tell me, please? When you were born, did the doctor stamp you and say, this one can sell? Oh? This one can do IT? Oh? You grow in it. Because when you have a fixed mindset, anytime you see somebody selling or producing a result, you give an excuse in your head of why they are more successful than you. You go like, oh, then get connection, I make they sell. You go like, oh, they are younger than me, that's why they are selling. You go like, oh, they are millennials, that's why they are making sales. I don't know if I'm making sense to anybody here. Am I connecting to anybody? That's a fixed mindset. The moment you have a fixed mindset, what happens? You don't try. You say, now politician, friend, that's why in they make sales. When you see them have a lot of followers, you say, they don't buy followers. The moment you have that mindset, what happens? There's no need for you to try now, is it not so? Your mindset is fixed. You don't try because it is fixed. Good. But if you have the other mindset, which is called the growth mindset. What is the growth mindset? The growth mindset is the mindset that you believe that your capacities are not fixed. Now, you don't hear me though. Do you understand what I'm saying? The people that have a growth mindset, they believe that the human brain is malleable. That means it is subject to change. You see this thing there? This thing is malleable. I can press it, my powder. I press it. It's malleable. I can change the shape. You can change the shape of your brain. If your brain was wired to say, I cannot succeed, you can change it. Because between you and where you want to be is a skill and a knowledge gap. If you can bridge the skill and the knowledge gap, you can be anything you want to be. The people that have a growth mindset, they believe that everything is figure outable. You can figure it out. So I want to ask you, do you have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset in sales? If you have a fixed mindset, you can fix it. I like that. Fixed mindset can be fixed with knowledge. That's why you are in this seminar. The fact that you're in this seminar means that even though you had a fixed mindset, you believe that with knowledge, you can begin to bridge that gap. Answer me, do you have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset? Come on, man. Come on, man. Talk to me, everybody. Have you got a fixed mindset or a growth mindset? You guys are not chatting. The salespeople, they talk. Oh. Okay. So now that you understand the two types of mindset, whether fixed or growth, let us get into the selling thing properly. Before you make sales as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, you must understand marketing. Because sales and marketing, they are not the same things. Do you understand that? Marketing and sales are not the same things. Many a times we mix them up. They are not the same things. Good. Marketing, in a simple definition, is everything that you do. According to Polish, everything that you do or say that makes a potential customer either want to text you, send you a DM, send you a WhatsApp message, call you, or knock on your office door. That means you got their attention. Do you get that? Most of you are using Flutterwave not because Flutterwave actually called you, but because you saw Flutterwave marketing. Is it not so? You either read about their valuation on Twitter, you either read about their founding story. Is it not so? Answer me now, true of us. You either saw their content on social media, and then all your friends told you about them. That is when you signed up with them. True or false? That thing you saw about Flutterwave, that is marketing. Do you understand that? If you are driving in your city and you see a billboard that says house for sale, 20 million naira for the house. If you drop 2 million naira now, you can have a conversation with the house owner. So what happens? If you pick up your phone to call the house or the agent, sales are started. What the billboard did for you was that the billboard gave you attention. Did you get that? So what this means is that if you don't get attention, sales becomes difficult. Did you get that? Because think about it. You need people to sell to. True or false? Answer me now. Oh, sales people, they are agile people. Now they talk. Now they answer me. I go vex you. That's why some of you are not selling. You don't want to talk. You need people to sell to. Is it not so? True or false? Good. You need to sell to people. But how do you get the people to sell to? If they don't come to you or you go to them, you must find them. How do you find the people? This is where marketing comes in. This is just, I'm making it as simple as possible. So, but before you find the people, this thing they sweet me. Before you find the people to sell to, you must in your own define who is my people. Oh man, I love to sell, man. You see, somebody says sales funnel. That is what confuses people, Oga. All this English, all this grammar is what is confusing people. This sales funnel I just called now, so it's what is confusing a lot of people. Is it not so? That's the truth. It's grammar, it's English that's confusing them. All this sales funnel, all this big grammar is confusing people. Kalu, your hand is up. Have you got a question? Do you want to say something? Can we allow Kalu to say something? Go ahead, Kalu. Say it quickly because I'm still teaching. I like to hear people's voices. Can you unmute Mr. Kalu, please? Somebody. Can we unmute Mr. Kalu? Can we allow Mr. Kalu to speak? Who are my hosts to? Entrepreneurs must talk, not just type. Kalu, I'm sorry, they're not muting you, so you can type whatever you want to say, Kalu. Okay, Kalu. Okay, Kalu, go ahead and say what you want to say. I've unmuted you. Mr. Kalu? Oh. Mr. Kalu? Okay, go ahead, Kalu. Hello, Kalu. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. For you to sell, you need to know who you want to sell to. Who is the ideal person that your product can solve their problem? You do get that? Yes, even though some of you will say my product is for everybody, I know that. But just so that because your brain likes specificity, why don't you pick your ideal customer? Some people call it your customer persona. Some people call it your customer avatar. It's good. Even if you're selling water, I'm telling you, even if you're selling pure water, they tell you, make up your mind and say, I want to sell my pure water for only people 52 houses from where I am. Does it mean that people from Agege, if they come to you, will not sell to them? Of course you will sell to them. But it's important that you define with specificity who you would like to work with so that you are a specialist in helping such people. Now, you don't hear me though. So that you are the best, you are number one at serving such people. You know their problems, you know their needs, you know them better than your competitors. Who is your customer? Why? So that when you see them, you will know. You know their language, you know their pain, you know their hurts, you know their desires. You see, the purpose of your product or your service is to move your customers from what they don't have to what they want. You are moving them from an unmet need to the place of where the need is met. The bridge between what they want, what they lack, and what they want is your product. My God. But when you understand their needs, their hopes, their desires, their fears, so that when you are talking about your product, you are speaking to the need. When you speak to the need and you position yourself as the solution to the need, it's easy for them to move over here. Oh my God. Oh, this thing is sweet me. Oh, sales is sweet. Sales is sweet. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm excited about this subject matter. Aye. So your job is to move your customers from here, what they want, to here. They were empty here. Their needs were unmet here. You have to move them to where their needs are met. But the bridge is you. The bridge is your product. The bridge is your service. For some of them, their need is a status need. It's not to drink water. It's not to pay house rent. Their need is to tell people that they are successful. That's why you can sell them an Emmy's bag. Come on now. Because people are statisticians. What they buy is status. Am I talking to somebody? What we buy is to signal to the world who we are. That's why somebody can buy an iPhone for 500,000 naira. Why? Their need is not to eat bread. Their need is to tell you who they are and what they represent. So your product is to iPhone is moving them from here to the status. That's what iPhone is selling. It's selling a signal, a status. What are you selling? What do you sell? What are you selling? Even if you are selling pure water, you live in Lekki, your pure water factory is in Lekki. What people are buying from you is convenience. They don't want to go to Lekki Gates to go and get the water. What people are also buying from you is discreetness. They don't want everybody to know that they drink pure water. So you will supply pure water to your house. What you are selling? Oh my God. Hey, this class is sweet me. Oh, hey, Jesus. See class. See wisdom. See knowledge. Oh, God. I'm praying, God, let these people understand this message I'm teaching. If you get this thing, you will never be broke another day of your life. In case, let me tell you, I used to hawk recharge card, though. I used to hawk recharge card on the streets, man. Yo, it is knowledge like this that have changed my life. Think about it now. Flutterwave is $1 billion business. They invited me. That shows that this thing I'm teaching is working. Is it not so? Not me go meet them. Now then come meet me. You understand me? It's to show you the power of sales. If you can sell, you will never be broke another day of your life. So are you getting me now? So who is that customer? After you have defined the customer, boom, you need to now start to get the customer's attention. How do you get a customer's attention? Let me show you one. Here is you. The tool to get attention today is this thing called your phone. This is the thing. Now this thing, now you need to get attention now. I know my customer. Now I need to court the customer. I need to bait them. How do you get their attention? Content. No matter what you are selling right now, you are in the content business. And the content, no matter what it is that you are selling right now, you are in the content business. You are in the business of content. It is through your content that you use to grab their attention. But how do you grab their attention? It's when you are talking about what they need. Let me show you a slide. Oh my God, I love this class, man. Oh, this class is so sweet. This class is so dope. I love this class. Some of you who are angry with me that I'm too excited, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to be myself. Some of you don't like people that shout when they teach. You like people to be quiet. I'm not like that. I'm sorry. I have to be real. Let me show you the power of attention. In 1982, this woman, her name is Nora Hayden. She wrote a book called Astrological Love. That's the book. The book sold only 2,000 copies. Then one man saw the book in a second-hand shop, a vintage store in the UK and in America. They call them thrift stores or vintage store. Nigeria, they call them Bendam Big or Kreka, second-hand. The man saw the book in this thrift store and he read the book. He loved the book and he called the lady and says, you know what, I like your book. Can I buy the publishing rights to your book? The woman sold the book. She said, no problem, you can buy it. So she showed the publishing rights to this guy, to the guy. Here's what the guy did. The guy did not change the content of the book. The only thing he changed was the title of the book. The woman called the book Astrological Love and sold only 2,000 copies. The man called the book How to Satisfy a Woman Every Time and Have Her Beg You for More. The book went on to sell 2.5 million copies. Whoa! I thought somebody would scream here. I thought I'll be seeing some emojis here in the chat bot. I'm not seeing, you guys hear me at all. Not hear me, so. Hey. I thought somebody will scream in the chat box. I'm not seeing anything in the chat too. Did you see what I just did now? Hey, are you following me? Oh my God. Do you know why? The title got the attention of somebody. The title got the attention of somebody, and that was the reason why. So I want to ask you a question. Are you getting the attention of your target? The only way, there are two ways to get the attention of somebody. Number one, when you are speaking to the need of the customer. This is why you must always join the conversation that is already taking place in the mind of the customer. You must join the conversation already taking place in the mind of the customer. You do get that? You speak to what is already taking place in the mind of the someone that wants to buy, someone that wants to pay his children's school fees. It is only information that can help him pay his children's school fees that he wants to hear. True or false? Someone that wants to lose weight, it's only that information they want to see you. Someone that wants to get new staff, it's only information on how to get qualified staff that they want to see you. True or false? True or false? Why? Because human beings are selfish. They are selfish. And I tell you, hey, now, how do you get attention? You have a phone. Let me show you one way through which I got attention from a law firm in London. Watch this. If I didn't put it out, which is marketing, they won't call me. Watch this. I want to teach you guys as simple as this thing is. When I'm supposed to pay for this thing, I dey thank Flutterwave. If not only me, I go charge you now for this thing. Because sometimes when people pay money, they pay attention. Watch this. No. Watch. Every sales you've ever made or everything you've ever bought from somebody is because somebody contacted you. Hi, my name is Paul from Africa's #1 sales coach. Sales is a contact sport. Do you know that? If you're not calling somebody, if you're not texting somebody, if you're not voice noting somebody, if you're not DMing somebody, how are you going to sell? The more contacts you make, the higher the probability you're going to close some sale and secure the bag. Now, guys, you see that video I did? I did it with this phone, my iPhone. I didn't use any camera. You have everything you need. I didn't go to any studio. Now my house be this. I'm not going anywhere. Some of you want everything to be perfect. That's your problem. You have a phone. Are you talking about your product? That video gave me a sales training for a law firm in London. Not here. Not here. Why? It got somebody's attention. Are you getting people's attention? You know why they do this training for Flutterwave? I got their attention. I got the attention of Flutterwave. That's how we get the attention of Microsoft, Bank of America. And I tell you, it's the same process. It's the same process. But are you diligent in it? That's the problem. Some people are too lazy. You know why? They have alternatives. Your papa get me. Your papa get money now. Me, I don't even know my papa self. So I have no choice. This is the only thing. You get inheritance. I never get inheritance. I make it take a easy now. Yes, that. Maybe your husband have money. So you need to take your business seriously. That's why your boyfriend get money. Your wife people get money. You need to take your business serious. If you take this thing seriously, the power of the internet is that there's no limit. There is no, I'm telling you, with every seriousness, with the seriousness of my cup of coffee. I did drink coffee every morning. I don't do it for 10 years. With the seriousness of my cup of coffee, there's no limit to what you can achieve with sales. Trust me, no limit. You get me? So now, you get the attention. I don't get much time to teach like this, I'm gonna buy my book where I want to talk about later. It was just 5,000 for the book, very cheap book. Buy it. If you even buy the books, I will dash you one of my webinar for free. How to achieve your sales target. Free. If you buy the book is 5K. If you cannot spend 5K on your personal education, I'm sorry for you. If you cannot spend 5K as an entrepreneur to buy a book that will help you grow your sales, I don't know what I want to do. If I don't want to talk to you. If you know how much I spend on myself to grow this brain, this knowledge, it's unhealthy. That is the only way. All right, so get the attention. Next, how do you now sell when you have gotten their attention? When people now come to your DM, what do you say to them? Let me give all of you one simple trick. when a client sends you a DM, don't reply them with a DM. When they ask you, how much is the price of your product? When they see it on Instagram or Facebook, say, how much is the price of your product? Don't ever type your price and send the client again. Never. If you didn't get anything, get this. What? Why? Because price mentioned before value explained will lead to a lost sale. Why are you telling someone that this is the price of a product when you have not explained the value of the product? People don't buy products. They only buy what the product can do for them. And what it does for them is the value. That is the value. Value means your product can either remove a burden from the customer's life or add a convenience to the customer's life. That is why sales is about this. Very simple. This is the definition of sales. It's to make a customer believe that they are paying so little but they are getting so much. Think about it. This my phone is an iPhone 11. Isn't iPhone 11X? A bit Pro, as they call them. I don't know, but an iPhone 11. I bought this year. I bought this phone 415,000 naira cash. If you're watching this thing from the abroad, you know, say in Nigeria, they pay cash, we need to pay small. No credit card there, we pay complete. Boom, 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 boom. So I bought this phone. Why will I pay 415,000 for a phone? Do you know why? The value that this phone gives to me cannot be compared to the 415,000 naira I've paid. I made so much money based on the videos I have done with this phone. Do you understand me? This phone, the videos I've done with this phone has given me sales jobs that is lasting me till next year. Do you understand me? I'm booked till next year. Now this phone this phone is what I used to do my YouTube channel. So what this means is that the value of this phone is higher than the money of the phone. Do you understand me? That is what is called value. So when the customer asks you how much is your product and you just tell them the product by typing it, you have lost the sale. Let me show you how I close one sale and I will show you my process. So I did a video and somebody interviewed me on Instagram on how to sell books because I've sold over 4,000 copies of my book. The average author does not sell up to 500 copies of their book. So somebody interviewed me on how to sell books. I did the video. Remember, the video gave me attention. After the video, somebody sent me a DM and says, I'm interested. Now, I want you to see the process of how I made this call. The person said, because I'm very practical. The person said to me, watch this. He said, good afternoon, Mr. Fo. Your lovely session. I just watched you on Instagram. Please, I need to increase the sale of my book. So how much is your coaching session? Guess what? I didn't type the message back. I want to play to you what I told the person. Watch this.
Fantastic. Thank you for reaching out, IB. If you want to increase the sales of your books, why don't you book a strategy session for us to have a conversation?
Sorry. The 30 minutes I put was over. Go ahead.
I've done over 15 million in book sales. So, I think I have the chops to share some ideas with you that will help you immediately. The session is just $150. That's like 61,000 naira now. So if it's something you want to do, say, coach, I have my 61,000 now. Let's have a conversation. It's a Zoom call. And you have the Zoom recording for life that you can refer to over and over and over again. And then you have access to me, which means that even as you launch your book, you can call me. I can give you more information as we go at no extra charge. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Let's go.
Now, do you want to know the response of the person? The person said, please share with me your account number now. I did the training yesterday. The person even posted a picture of me and on Instagram. Look at the picture. Did you see the process? Did you see the process? Did you see the process? The 30 minutes where Flutterwave say make I teach, you don't finish you because I didn't respect people well. Me person not vex. They say I should teach for 30 minutes. I am done with the 30 minutes. However, my book is on Flutterwave, is on Flutterwave site. Is it Rave? It's called irresistible, exactly how to sell anything to anyone. It's only 5,000 naira. If you want the book, say yes, I'll put the link here. I don't want to waste my link. It's only those who want the book. If you say yes, if I hear yes, put the link, I'll put it here. I'm done. So as another, some people don't want to put yes. I don't know. Only Daniel I don't see for yes. Daniel says yes. Who should that person says yes? You get the book, and I'll give you my webinar on sales for free. All right. Yes. It's just 5,000 naira for the book. The link is here, so you can get. That's here's the Paul book.
Oh yeah. Thank you. That was quite.
No, so if I put the link, will all of them see it? Okay, panelists and attendees. Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, they will see it.
All right. I put the link, guys. Once you get it, I will see it on my Flutterwave end, and then you will get the book and the webinar. And you can follow me on Instagram as well. You can get more content from me on Instagram. I put my handle there. Okay, Nonso, so go ahead.
Oh yeah, so thank you, Paul, for such an electrifying session. I quite interestingly love the part where you made the distinction between marketing and sales, because yes, you were quite right with that. So if you're watching this, you've seen Paul share his link to his book. That is part of what Flutterwave offers you, right? It makes you, it gives you the ability to sell to anyone, to anywhere. You could use your own website. You could, a lot of things. So I'm going to call on the expert from our side, from the Flutterwave side, Jola. Jola is going to come forward and speak on how you can sell like Paul, not only the skills, but the technical ability to sell like Paul. For example, Paul can sell his book to people outside of the country and receive the money. So how do you want to do that? So Jola is going to be explaining that shortly. Keep your questions. I know you have a lot of them. After Jola's session, you are going to have to, you're going to ask your questions. Thank you.
All right. Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Paul, for that session. It was a really great one. I will now share my screen. Some of us use slides. So I'll use my slides to guide you guys through the process of, opening an account, what you need to set up, what you need to do. All right. I will go ahead and share my screen. Okay, I believe everyone can see my screen. Nonso, please confirm.
Yes, I see your screen.
Okay, great. So, hello again, everyone. So like I said, I'm going to be walking us through how you can grow your business using a Flutterwave store. So I'll get right into it. Like Nonso said, if you have any questions along the way, just feel free to drop them in the Q&A section and then we'll get to them. So first thing, you're probably wondering, what is the Flutterwave store? Yes, you know Flutterwave, but Flutterwave store is our e-commerce solution. So it's something that we have created to make it super easy for you to get your goods online ASAP. You don't need to have any skills, any technical skills. You don't need to know how to code. You just simply have to have the goods and want to come online. That's simple. How did we come about the Flutterwave store? So in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, what we found was that all our merchants that would typically have a lot of commercial activity were not able to do that because of the restriction in movement for themselves and for their own customers. And so our quick response to that was, right, let's get them online. And so that's how the Flutterwave store came about. We wanted it to be super simple for these merchants of ours to be able to sell their products online. So there's several benefits of creating the store. Like I mentioned before, you don't need a website. That means you don't need to pay any web hosting fees. You don't need to have developer skills. You simply need to have internet and that's it. You're able to keep track of your business electronically. So where you get orders, times you get orders, what specifically has been ordered, you don't need to check your phone and then write manually, none of that. It makes it possible for you to go through your dashboard and do a deep dive into all of that. And then it creates a seamless shopping experience for your customers. So they don't need to pick up the phone to first find out if what they're looking at is available, what color it comes in, what size is available. All of that is right there. So they see it at a glance and they're able to make an order, whether you're awake or you're asleep. It's your store. It's live 24 hours, 7 days a week. And then you're able to generate payment links. You might have seen with Paul's link. So once you have that payment link, you can share it to your community, share it outside of your community. So for instance, if you wanted to just have it as a status update permanently on your social media channels, you could do that. This link makes it possible for people to then, pay for your goods, whether they're or not they're even in a store. So we have that flexibility. If, for instance, you have goods that you feel, maybe I don't want to put this in a store, if it's just like a one size fits all product, it's a book, it's a service, and there are no variations, you might want to just have a payment link once and for all. So we make all of that possible. There's several features of the store that I might have spoken about a bit, but I'll go into a bit more detail. So with the store, let's assume you have certain products that come in different size, color, weights. You're able to specify all of that. Again, it makes it such that once your customer sees that, they know precisely what they're looking at. So they don't have to first, chat with you on WhatsApp to say, oh, what's the fabric that I'm looking at? Is it velvet? Is it, satin? All of that you can specify on your store. And then in terms of inventory management, you can put the exact quantity of goods that you have. So the minute you sell it out, it's sold out, right? It's going to be clear to the shopper and to yourself that this product is no longer available. So that, limits the back and forth that you would then have with your customer to say, oh, I thought this product was available, and they say, no, it's sold out. You limit all of that. And then you can rest assured that with Flutterwave, you have inbuilt fraud management solutions. So actually, every credit card or debit card that is used in this environment is safe. To that extent, we are, just to let you know, we are PCI DSS compliance, meaning that, like I said, your credits and debit card information is safe. Multiple payment options is something that a lot of shoppers want to have. Not everybody has the ability to quickly do a bank transfer or to pay by card. Some people's cards may have expired and they still want to be able to shop. So with us, you have that luxury of several payment options. Your shopper can choose whether they want to do a bank transfer, they want to use a QR code. The options are endless with us. And then something to note is that you can have international customers shop on your store. So we accept local and international cards, which is great news because it means that, if you have customers in a certain part of the world, you're not going to shut them out automatically to say, oh, I only accept Naira. That solves that challenge. Of course, we will just need certain KYC information from you as a merchant, and we'll be able to approve that if all of that is completed. In terms of the channels that you have to actually use your dashboard and be able to see who's ordered from me, how many units have they ordered, all of that, you have more than one channel for that. So you have the web. This is where you can access it on your phone, you can access it on your computer, but you also have the mobile app, so you can see everything on the move, right? You get notifications, you get all of that. And then with, just to round up, in terms of discounts, so depending on how generous you're feeling, you're able to set specific discounts just for you. So it's not something that Flutterwave store or Flutterwave will impose to say, it's Christmas, therefore all our merchants have to go on 50% off or anything like that. It's up to you to, set this discount up yourself and to a level that you're comfortable with. So everyone can use the Flutterwave store. You don't have to be registered with CAC. You just need to provide the information that we need, which is very simple. It's your name, what country you're signing up from, probably the ID, BVN, just basic information that you have and that we require as KYC, which is know your customer. So yes, like I said before, it's open to all comers. We don't have any limits as to who can join or how many accounts you can have. You simply have to be selling a legitimate product or service, which I'm sure you would be. Right, so I'll quickly open this so you can see how the store works.
What does the path to success in your online business look like? What are the ingredients needed to succeed in selling online? Here's the obvious hint. You need the Flutterwave store. Here are the ingredients you need to succeed. Great product images, responsive layout, default payments integration, instant notifications, fast checkout, and even delivery. If you have no coding skills or knowledge, you're just as welcome because the Flutterwave store doesn't require any. You can create a store for your business for free and start selling in 5 minutes or less. Step 1. Visit www.flutterwave.com/store and click on Set up your store for free. Step 2. Complete the sign-up form and click Get Started. Step 3. Check your email inbox for verification mail and click on the link. Select how you want to accept payments. Step 4. Click on Store in the side menu of your admin panel, fill in the details, and take it online. Step 5. Add products and start selling. Create your own online store today and receive payments from around the world. The Flutterwave store. Just sign up, list, and sell. It's that easy.
All right, so like you see, it's honestly possible to get set up in a matter of minutes. So sign up ASAP. Right, so what I have here is just a flow of what it looks like for a shopper to place an order on your Flutterwave store. So here I've used JK Fashion, assuming that the merchant's name is JK Fashion. So what first happens, of course, is that JK Fashion will set up their Flutterwave store, make that link available, probably put it on their WhatsApp details or their Instagram or any social channels, right? And then people start to get their awareness like, oh, okay, you don't have to send me a text message or, call me on the phone. This is the link, you can click on it and then you see everything that I sell. So feel free to place an order from there. And so say I receive such a link from JK Fashion, I then click on that link and then go through everything that is displayed and decide, okay, I think I want this or the other. And then add those items to my cart, and then I proceed to check out. Notice that in all of this, I'm not reaching out to JK Fashion to ask any questions. I then put in my details, which would be my name, where I want the goods delivered to, that's my delivery information. And then I click on the pay option. Like I said before, it will give me an array of options. So it's not a case where I start calling JK Fashion to say, oh, can I come over to your store to give you the money by hand? No, none of that. There are several options to choose from. And then the order then goes through when I choose the payment option that I'm happy with. And immediately I do that, JK Fashion receives a notification to say, oh, this product has been paid for. They can then start to pick and pack the items. So if it's something that they need to go and pick from their warehouse or from their factory, they can do all of that because they've now seen, specifically what is required from me, the shopper. And after that is done, JK Fashion can then get the goods together and then ship it through their logistics partner of choice. And then, that process is pretty much complete. JK Fashion can then sit back, do a deep dive on the dashboard. So we have something we call a dashboard where you can see all the analytics. So see how many people shop from you, what products they shop from, what time of the week people even shop from the most, shop from you the most. So you can use all of that to then make informed business decisions. So something you're probably wondering is, oh, how much does this cost me? Do I have to pay a fee, a subscription fee, or all of that? No, you don't have to pay a subscription fee. And in fact, the transaction charges are just 1.4% of the amount that you're paid. So because I'm speaking with mostly Nigerian audience, I'm guessing today, it's something that I can confirm that for Nigeria, it's 1.4% in terms of local transactions, while for international transactions, that will be 3.8%. And then in terms of when you receive your money, so you get that notification immediately, you see the funds on your dashboard. So what happens is there's a wallet where the money goes into real time. But in terms of settlement into your bank account, whichever bank account you specify, that settlement will happen the day after. So that's 1 day after it gets into your wallet. There are no transaction limits, but of course it will depend on the type of account that you have. In terms of who bears the transaction charge, you have the liberty again to choose how you want to go about that, whether it's something that you want to bear or have the shopper bear. So in times where you actually embed that charge into the cost, you may make it such that you bear the charge and then the customer simply, makes a payment for the exact amounts that they're seeing on your Flutterwave store. So we have a couple of testimonials. I think I've just highlighted maybe one for the benefit of time, but the truth is that with the Flutterwave store, it limits a lot of friction that you could have with your shopper, whether it's in terms of how they want to pay you or how quickly it is they get a response. Like I said, the response time is minimized because you don't have to be awake to reach out to the person's inquiries. The person simply sees the product online and places the order. So let's hear from Yanga Beauty.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Loco. I am an experienced makeup brow artist and the founder of Yanga Beauty. I got into makeup artistry in 2011, and it's been an amazing journey. Fast forward to 2014, I had an experience where I used an imperial eyeliner, which I couldn't have makeup on for a year, which really was depressing. And in my recovery period, I started to research and try to create my own beauty product that would be premium, cruelty-free, secure, suitable, and reliable for the African woman. And in that, I discovered that the African woman or women were less represented in the sense that foundations, makeup, wearing that suitable for our complexion, the climate, they were not easily accessible to our market, and I decided to bridge the gap. At Yanga Beauty, we offer beauty products and services that empower the African woman to look good, feel confident and comfortable in the way that she presents herself to the world. At Yanga Beauty, we believe that the first requisite to success or to thrive is to confer benefits and the reward will come automatically as a matter of cost. We are so big on customer satisfaction. We actually call our customers jewels because they are valuable, precious, and unique in their own right. We're so big on social commerce, and we build conversations and connections via our digital channels. So I love the Flutterwave store because it is super simple to use. I'm able to send that link to our customers, and there's like an automatic invoice that just comes in. So even if I'm not around, my corporate support specialist receives that invoice to confirm the payment, and then it's so easy for us to fulfill our orders. So I remember when I was trying to build up my makeup kit, and I had to buy like a big eyeshadow palette, which didn't quite turn out well. And that encouraged me to make our own eyeshadow palettes, just putting the key colors there and liner. And I had a conversation with one of our jewels, and she was sharing how she loved the eyeshadow palette because it was just exactly what she needed. That was so encouraging to read, because it just meant that we were actually fulfilling a need in that time. One of the biggest challenges would have to be accepting international payments. I mean, we will get requests, do you have a retail partner in the US? Do you have a retail partner in South Africa or Ghana? And it was so frustrating that we had this product, but we couldn't accept payments for them. And when we found Flutterwave, it was just like a breakthrough moment for us. So we're able to accept, different currencies on one platform, which is just mind blowing, and just we experience so many challenges. I don't think receiving money should be one. So finding Flutterwave has just solved that problem a whole lot, and just simplified our payments and operations here in that.
Right. So you heard it from Younger Beauty. Just as we round up, something to note is that when you do set up an account, you want to get the show on the road, you will not be walking on that journey alone. So we'll be working with you side by side to make sure that you are getting information such as the one shared from Paul today on how to grow your business, right? So we have this webinar on a bi-weekly basis where you can just tune in and definitely get a lot of gems from our speakers. So in summary, you can make life easy significantly. You can make life easy for yourself. You can make life easy for your shoppers. You simply need to sign up for a Flutterwave store and get the ball rolling. So like you see here, you don't have to have anyone ask you no more, there's no more DM for price, there's no more, oh, I was waiting for you to send your account details, that's why I haven't placed the order. And then sometimes in all of that back and forth, you can actually lose the customer. So yes, I guess that's the end for me. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop them in the Q&A section. Nonso, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Jola. Thank you, Jola. We have a few questions here for people asking questions. Tricia says, are there any restrictions for international payments on Flutterwave? Besides USD, can you accept payments from Kenya's M-Pesa and other African countries? Jola, you should take that.
Okay, sure. Hi, thank you for the question. Yes, the answer is yes, you can receive currencies different from USD. In terms of restrictions, well, we do try to make it safe for the shopper, safe for you, the merchant, and so we require some additional KYC information for merchants who want to activate international payments. But yes, it is possible. Please send your question and then your merchant ID to hi@flutterwavego.com, and our colleagues will be happy to share with you the steps that are required to get international payments approved for your account. I hope that clarifies.
Great. Bayo says, how does Flutterwave manage a situation? Jola, are you still speaking? Okay,
No,
okay.
I'm muted.
Great. So Bayo says, how does Flutterwave manage a situation where a merchant sells a product that is non-existent? I mean, if I buy a product from a merchant who is fraudulent, is there a system in place to track the seller and recover my money?
Okay, yes, that is a fantastic question. So we do, like I said, try to keep the environment 100% safe for the shoppers. And so we have an opportunity for you to raise a chargeback request. So this is basically where you dispute the fact that you have not received value for that payment. So once that chargeback request is raised, our colleagues internally can then take on that action and have the merchants, explain. So if it's just been a case where there's a delay in the shipping or the merchant has mixed up the delivery packages or whatever, we try to iron out all those kinks and then solve that problem at the end of the day.
Thank you. I hope that's enough clarity for you, Bayo. For Esther, is Flutterwave compatible with Instagram Shop?
Okay, so I'm not sure, what you mean specifically, but if you mean to say, can you put your Flutterwave store link on Instagram? Yes, you can. But um, with the Flutterwave store, it's an independent entity, I guess, and then Instagram Shop is something else on its own. So I'm not sure if that question has been answered. But in terms of like an integration with Flutterwave Store and the Instagram shop, that's not something that we've done today. But if you wanted to put the link of your Flutterwave Store on Instagram, absolutely, you could do that.
Rebecca and Oladele they both have the same questions. They're asking, as realtors, how can they leverage the Flutterwave platform? How can Flutterwave support them as realtors?
Okay, so that's a very specific question to your line of work. But off the top of my head, if you were advertising, different plots of land or houses, you could do that with your Flutterwave store. Or if you wanted to enable people to be able to make payments from whatever part of the world they're in. So say, for instance, someone is trying to buy a house for their mother from America, while the house is in Nigeria, you could, create your payment links for that. You could also make it such that, you have a subscription plan. So we have something called subscription plan. So if as realtors, you have a package for people to make their payments maybe on a biannual basis or an instrumental basis, that's something that we can activate as well. But like I said before, it's super specific to that industry. So again, we'll be happy to answer more detailed questions that you might have. Feel free to send them to hi@flutterwavego.com, like you had mentioned.
Can I add some juice to what that person just asked?
Yes. Okay. Yes,
all right. So you are a real estate person, I suppose, because I play in that space a lot. So one thing that you can do, try this, it's going to work for you. You can use your Flutterwave store as sort of like a qualification business. I'll give you an example. If you create like a report, for example, is your industry. For example, 10 questions to ask a realtor before you buy a house if you live in the diaspora and you're a Nigerian. You put a detailed report, a PDF. You say, I'm selling this report for just 1,000 naira or 500 naira. It's not the sales you want. You want the data. You want to know people, what people are even interested. Because if you buy something with Flutterwave, right, the person will drop their email. Is it not true? Answer me now. True of us, right? Hello, guys. So that way you get to know whether people are even interested. How many Nigerians are that? Let's say you put a report for just 200 naira. Let's say for a cheap PDF report. If 2,000 people download that report, it shows you that there's something there. Is it not so? Come on now. So from that data, you can have an idea that, there's a market here. So you can say, okay, can I now do a webinar for all those 2,000 people on how to buy a house in Nigeria if you live in diaspora? They have qualified themselves through your Flutterwave. I don't know if that added any juice to what that person is.
It sure did.
I just gave you a serious. That person should be thanking me now. The person not even talking. I'm not just the person who buy my book. You never buy. No, so only 2 people don't buy this book. Only 2 people. I did look the back end. Look at all this firewall release. Only 2 people buy. Hey!
They are still planning to. They'll still buy after this.
I gave you a fantastic idea. If you try that idea, you will call me later and you call me and say thank you.
Sorry, I just want to chime in here and say that's a great idea, Paul. It's amazing. Like, it is a great idea.
Yeah, so thank you, Paul, for that that lesson on inbound marketing. That's really great. The application is really awesome. I think Omar, I think you have a question here, but we are running out of time.
We're running late, so I gotta go, man.
Yes. So you can send your questions or concerns to hi@flutterwavego.com. Then if you have sales or marketing related, anything that Paul, you feel that Paul can help you with, reach out to Paul and or buy his book and get all you want from him directly. So thank you everybody for coming to this webinar. I gained something. I don't know if you gained something, but I gained something. And I really appreciate you for coming. Okay, Omar says I should write out the email. 1 minute. Done. So the email is there in the chat. So thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.